everybody? It's your boy Bryce with the Real Squad, back at it again. Today we have the spoiler talk for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Realm, or Quantumania, whatever it is. But we are here to talk some spoilers. Off top, this is not going to be me breaking the movie down in order. I'm just going to talk about the things I liked and I didn't like, and we will be diving into spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen the movie, probably check it out, then come back. But if you don't care about stuff like that, welcome. Let's get it in. First things first, the Quantum Realm. It looked pretty damn good as far as how creative they got with how vast and the different entities inside of it, and like the landscape structures and stuff like that. It was decent. Every now and then, the CGI was a little wonky, I guess, a little bit too much, and you really couldn't tell, like, when you're dealing with characters like Ant-Man, you need to be able to feel the scale difference from when he goes really, really big or really small. And every now and then, the Quantum Realm and I guess all that CGI made it a little difficult to capture the scaling of Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I don't even know what the daughter's name would be, but she has a suit too, so she can shrink and get big apparently. But yeah, other than that, the visuals were okay. Like a lot of the character designs, they worked. I can see why people were comparing it to Star Wars. You have a couple of scenes where they're walking into like a cantina, a bar, and just different type of alien creatures and all different type of languages, and it was cool for that. Like that was majority of the beginning of the movie, and it was surprisingly, it wasn't even surprising, it was funny, but to me funnier than the last Thor movie, because it works. Paul Rudd is actually funny. I wasn't going to see Thor to be super funny, so with Paul Rudd, he's just very charismatic, and like I said, I'm used to him being in like funny roles, so it worked for me. This felt like an introduction to Kang the Conqueror, more or less. Like this movie was like a stepping stone to introduce Kang the Conqueror, not so much a standalone movie, just an introduction movie. And when I say introduction, I mean like they took their time introducing Kang. Like it was a moment in the movie where I asked my cousin, I'm like, dude, is this dude like Voldemort? Like they refuse to say his name and they won't show him like that. So like Kang doesn't really show up until like an hour 15 into the movie, which I felt in a way. Like I was getting a little tired or like a little dozy, if you know what I mean. Like, geez, man, I'm ready for Kang to pop up. But brings me to my biggest point, Jonathan Majors as Kang. Oh my goodness, man. This is like, it's a big deal for me. Jonathan Majors is my favorite actor. And so finally seeing him get his flowers and being introduced into the Marvel world as Kang the Conqueror, he was the best part of the movie, period. When he was on the screen, he took over every single time. Very menacing, sinister, and he's so calm, and that makes it even more like uneasy around him. Like you don't know what he's about to do next, and just his whole mannerisms of knowing that he's badass. Like he knows himself, like he's turned up and he's like so far in the future with his technology and how smart he is. The things that he do, it seems kind of like, it felt like he had the force at sometimes. Like he was able to hold people in place, push people away, twist you, turn you, squeeze you without even touching you. And I guess that's just the technology that he has. It makes him seem supernatural at sometimes. And I loved it. It was a point where he threatened Ant-Man with killing Cassie, his daughter. He was like, I will kill her and make you watch it over and over and over again until you beg me to kill you. I'm like, ooh, okay, Kang. And not to mention his suit is fire. I love the suit. Him being the next big bad after Thanos, it could work. But this movie does him some disservice, and I'll get to that a little later. But let's just talk about some of the stuff I didn't like. MODOK. Don't know much about the character in the comics. I know he was some sort of a big deal. I do not think he was the Yellow Jacket though. I don't think those are two in the same people. I think he was somebody completely different. But they made MODOK a joke, like an actual joke. They made one of Marvel's supervillains a joke. And at first, I was digging it. Like it was kind of funny, but they kept doing this same joke with his like big face. And he looks cooler to me with the armor on. Like if you would have kept the armor on and like maybe did some sort of small reveal later, that would have been cool. But nah, they MODOK could have worked a lot better, man. They played the jokes up way too much with him to make him non-threatening, and he's supposed to be like this ultimate killing machine in the movie. Like Kang makes him after he falls into the quantum realm after the movie. He fights Ant-Man and gets destroyed basically. Kang finds him, and it's like a whole jokey montage of him getting put back together, showing his little baby legs, the little baby butt. It's just ridiculous, man. I'm like, like it was funny for the time, but it didn't work as a whole with the movie because he tried to have his whole redemption arc, him wanting to help out at the end. It just didn't work. It was like, what? Yeah, I had to. Yeah, that bothered me. Cassie, the daughter, didn't really work. I felt like it was a lot of things she was doing that was unnecessary and annoying, or she wasn't even necessary for the movie. And at first, when I said like Kang had threatened her life and had her trapped and stuff like that, stakes started. The stakes seemed higher at that point. I'm like, okay, we got something here. It's just kind of he's for sure scary, but he has these henchmen, like I guess robot henchmen that are like cannon fodder, obviously, and it was just so easy to escape them. Everybody was able to escape them. I don't even know why Kang has these guys working for them, or like he has this type of army that is so incompetent and so stupid, bro. Like it was way too many scenes of people. What Michelle Pfeiffer's character, like I said, Cassie, Hope, everybody is able to escape the robots, dude. It's so dumb. I didn't like it at all. And Michelle Pfeiffer, I forget her name in the movie, but man, I would say this: she's still gorgeous. It still works. I hope she pops up in the in the Flash movie as Catwoman somehow. But she was annoying. Like she would not. It was no point of not telling everybody about Kang. Like, what was the point of not telling? Especially once you got there to the quantum realm and y'all are there, you didn't. You have more. You had plenty of time to talk about it, and what you could have solved it up in like 3 sentences. He's a conqueror. He kills multiple or trillions of people by killing timelines and planets, and he's trying to get out. We got to keep him in here. She just couldn't say that. And apparently she sleeps around a lot because she was sleeping with Bill Murray. It almost felt like her and Kang had a thing too because she was there when Kang arrived or whatever. So I'm like, why is she so promiscuous? But that's just a nitpick. I felt like that was funny. Her being over the, her and Bill Murray having that thing. And Bill Murray just being a literal cameo in the movie. I did not like it. It was cool. I like Bill Murray. It worked for me. It definitely felt too long and not long enough. Like the beginning of the movie, the first hour 15 was it. Like I said, I started to feel the time. I was getting tired, but when Kang came on, it brought life back to the movie, and I wanted more explanation on Kang. I wanted it to go deeper into why he is a conqueror. There's a part where Michelle Pfeiffer touches his ship, and she can, because his ship is connected to his mind. That's how turned up his technology is, and she can see all the past things he's done. And I'm like, why would you show that in flashbacks? Like, show him being a conqueror. Like, this is supposed to be his introduction, which is obviously is. It's definitely an introduction movie for him. But get into it. Like let's raise the stakes. Let's show him being destructive. And when they did show it, it's literal flashes. You're gonna have to like slow it down to even see exactly what's going on. He's just blowing shit up. So he's definitely overpowered, but his powers don't line up in the movie. It's things that he can do to other characters, like zap them and disintegrate them or melt them with his rays, but for some reason it doesn't work on Ant-Man and the crew. Don't know what that was about. A lot of the characters were underdeveloped. Like, we got to meet a decent amount of people in the quantum realm. There's like a guy that can read your mind, played up for jokes. It was funny, don't get me wrong, but like, the stakes weren't there. Like, I wasn't afraid, or I didn't feel bad when these people were getting hurt and stuff like that. There's another character who has like a jar face head that shines a light that can shoot or whatever, and still underdeveloped. Don't even know the character's name. There's another girl character that was super prominent in here doing a lot of action. Don't know her name. Didn't have any feels for her at all. And there's like a little glob character that if you drink him, you can understand all the languages that are being spoken in the quantum realm. That was probably the funnest character that got the most to do, and still it was still always played up for jokes. Like, it was a point in time where, during the movie, I'm like, oh man, like when it's getting towards the end, when Scott is fighting Kang, I'm thinking he's about to kill Scott, or Michelle Pfeiffer is about to die, or somebody's about to die. And when nobody dies and Kang is sucked back into a smaller realm or into his engine and possibly dies, I'm like, wait, what? Like, at that moment in the movie, I'm like really thrown off. I'm like, so nothing bad happened and the big bad is already defeated? Like, I can't stand when movies hype up a character. And mind you, Jonathan Majors was killing it. He beat the shit out of everybody. And just to write him off, to make it seem like, oh, well, there's still a lot of Kangs to worry about. No. I want this particular Kang. This was the one I wanted. This was the one that was scary to me. And there's like a post-credit scene where you see like the Council of Kangs or whatever, and it was cool to see Jonathan Majors do the different voices, but it was still like hokey in a way. Like, it wasn't like threatening, like, because these guys seemed all like super kooky, I guess, but Kang the Conqueror seemed like he was well put together. He knew what he wanted, and he was killing shit, man. I'm like, dude, this is the Kang I want. So deep down, I'm hoping that this Kang that we saw in this movie survived. I don't want to see any other Kangs except for the one we just saw. Like, do not introduce more Kangs as Kang the Conqueror. I want to see the Kang we just saw. Either make him stronger or just bring him back. You know what I'm saying? And he had like Darth Vader type powers, man. He was, like I said, he was using the Force, dude. Like, it was crazy how strong he was. And there was a moment where MODOK was in the room and he said something, he just pushed him against the wall, like, bro, do never speak when I'm in the room with you. Like, I was loving all that. Like I said, as far as the stakes, man, like the fact that nobody was even hurt like that, it really rubbed me the wrong way at the end, dude. I was really hoping for something much more scary as far as dealing with Kang. And like I said, there's another end credit scene where Loki is there, and I think he finds it's Victor Timely. Either that was a Kang we just saw, or a whole nother Kang. Like, it's not even clear. So it feel like it leaves you with more questions than answers, and it leaves you like upset that the most charismatic character is gone. Like, bring that personality back. Like I said, Jonathan Majors can do tons of characters, but the one he did in this movie was the one I feel like everybody's gonna want. Man, let me go ahead and scale this, man. I'm over here going crazy. I'm gonna have to give this a real decent movie, either a high 6 or a low 7, man, because I definitely recommend it because of Jonathan Majors. And like I said, it was very funny in the beginning. Like, it was funny like the typical Marvel, how it should be, not taking a character like Thor and making him a complete joke. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, was already a funny character, so it all worked out. But once they got to that quantum realm, dude, I guess it started to fall apart. Then you bring in Kang, it starts to bring itself together, and then shit just starts to fall apart again once all the fighting starts happening. Like, the way they made him seem so powerful, but he couldn't evaporate or even put a hole in anybody that was a main character. If you weren't a main character and you came across Kang, you're done. So I did like that. That was cool. But like I said, none of the characters that he destroyed didn't have any emotional pull to me, so I didn't really care like that. So the stakes were really low, man. So I can see why the reviews are mixed. It's very understandable. Like I said, I didn't even want to come out the theater giving my initial thoughts because I was so conflicted. Like, what is going on right now? And I guess once I figured it out, I was just really upset that our Kang, or the Kang the Conqueror in the movie, is possibly dead. So, man, yeah. I mean, another fun, cool thing, I got this popcorn helmet. You know, it's pretty cool. It lights up. Just shout out to AMC for that. But yeah, man, I'm on the side of it not being a great Marvel film. But like I said, the introduction to Kang, I definitely liked it, and hopefully we will see more of him. If you guys check the movie out or is going to check the movie out this week, let me know in the comments below. If you're new here, definitely hit that like and that sub button. I am so in my feelings about this, dude, because I'm gonna need some answers later on, like from Peyton Reed, whoever directed it. I'm gonna need to know if that Kang is coming back, because I am kind of pissed off about that. But yeah, man, it's been real with the Real Squad. Make sure you check me out on those socials. The Real Squad on TikTok and YouTube. I mean, and Instagram, and Real Squad Collectibles on TikTok and Instagram. That collectibles one is going up. You should be able to find it on my regular Instagram. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, the channel is growing. Love you guys. It's been keeping it real with the Real Squad. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.